Guests advised.
Greetings from the Philippines to the world. We are on Facebook Live on Eagle News and Net25 TV and also on our streaming site eaglenewslive.com. Watch us on our YouTube channel at Net25 TV. I am Cesar Vallejos. Welcome to Open for Business. Join me to discover the latest news and information in business around the world. Stay ahead of the curve from vision to action. According to Anytag.tech, breaking and bending the rules of traditional marketing, a new player in the game has emerged and is shifting the way we view brand and marketing campaigns. If you don't know about social media influencer marketing, you're missing out on one of the biggest and most influential forms of marketing to hit the scene in a long time. And this was written in 2019. This year, influencers have dominated Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and social media in general. Never before have audiences been able to be reached in such a personalized and authentic way. Today, we will have a conversation on influencer marketing and why it is so powerful, and why celebrities are tapped to engage in influencer marketing with brands and companies. Abigail Arenas de Leon, Managing Director and Chief Trainer of Personify Image Studio, and Troy Montero, entrepreneur and actor, will join us after this reminder. Stay tuned. Open for Business will be back.
StaySafe.ph for citizens. I-download ang app at mag-register gamit ang iyong mobile phone number at OTP. I-report ang iyong health condition gamit ang checklist sa app. Ikaw ay protektado dahil sa advanced contact tracing ng StaySafe gamit ang auto-detection ng Bluetooth at GPS. Manonotify ka rin sa mga lugar na may positive, probable, at suspected COVID-19 cases. Kaya safe ka sa mga pampublikong lugar. Safe ka din sa mga pampublikong sasakyan gaya ng jeep. Ang mga kinauukulan naman ay magagamit ang StaySafe app sa pag-verify ng iyong health condition gamit ang QR code scanning upang mapanatiling safe ang mga establishments. Kapag ikaw ay nasa trabaho, ikaw ay ligtas. Sa LRT o MRT o kahit saang mass transportation ay magagamit ang StaySafe app sa pag-verify ng iyong health condition gamit ang QR code scanning upang mapanatiling ikaw ay protektado. Kahit sa tricycle, safe ka din. Ngayon na tayo ay nasa new normal, kailangan nating masigurong safe tayo at ang ating buong pamilya. Download the app now para safe ka rin at para safe tayong lahat. Be safe with StaySafe.ph.
Open for Business is back, and with me this afternoon is Miss Abigail Arenas de Leon, the Managing Director and Chief Trainer of Personify Image Studio, and Troy Montero, entrepreneur and actor. Good day to both of you.
Hello, Cesar. Hello, Troy.
Hello.
Off cam, we were talking about a lot of the changes in media consumption. Ang dami nang nangyari mula nung pandemic. And without the pandemic, you should have been here at the studio with me, with all the lights and with all the cameras. But as we all say, this is the new normal, and we do this, electronically. And this is something very amazing. But what is also very interesting nowadays is the changes in marketing and how we push our brands and our companies. And it's very interesting that we will be talking about influencer marketing. Kaya din po namin kayo inimbita ngayong hapon na ito because we know that you are both influencers, and you see to it that you have your own specific audiences and messages. So, in your view, maybe ladies first. We'll start with Miss Abby. What to you is the importance of influencer marketing?
Well, you have said it, Cesar. It's dati kasi it's all about commercial, it's all about PR campaigns. Now it's all about branding through social media. It's easier, it's more parang relatable, parang taong-tao, di ba? At saka, it's there, parang andyan na, tapos bukas mamaya, iba na naman, di ba? So, it's fast-moving. So, kaya siguro maraming nag-avail nito because it's very in now, at saka, hindi masyado malayo. Dati parang kailangan artista ka pa para maging influencer. Now, anybody can be an influencer. You can be a mom and be a good influencer. Now, you can be a photographer. You can be anyone. May mga batang, imagine, 4-year-old who does review of toys is considered to be an influencer, diba?
Exactly, and they're paid a lot. I remember this kid, who just unboxes toys and he earns millions of dollars, not even pesos.
Sometimes it's so unrealistic, pero it's the real thing that is happening and going on, no? All around the globe. So ngayon, I guess siguro, my point here is, yes, anybody can be an influencer, but it takes a lot of responsibility to have that opportunity. So I consider that to be an opportunity, and everyone that will have that, sana makaganda sa mundo natin, di ba?
Yeah, that's right. You talked about that responsibility. I'll have a follow-up question later, but let's move on to Troy. Troy, you are an entrepreneur and also an actor, and of course, we also follow your Instagram, and your niche actually is into fitness. And also, I remember when Miss Aubrey guested in Unlad Ka Agapay sa Hanap Buhay, the agricultural show of Mr. Robin Padilla here on Net 25. She was really showcasing her plants as a plantita. So that in itself is a huge influence, making money or getting into that kind of business, even if you're at home. Now, my question, Troy, is that, was this really planned from your end, or is it born out of the pandemic, or is it really a strategy that you tried to reinvent yourself as an influencer? And being an influencer, is there a focus that you wanted to really go into, like Miss Aubrey would be into being a plantita in your case? Or the couple, do you really intended to really present or position yourself as fitness gurus or fitness enthusiasts? So what to you is being an influencer?
Oh, I want to say good day to you, Sir Cesar, and also to Abigail. That's a very good question. Thank you for that. It's funny times we're living in right now. It just takes me back to when we were working and social media was just coming about. It was always a big surprise. New things were coming up here and there and everywhere. And now that we're in this pandemic era, it seems like there is still new things popping up, and it is, I guess, made everyone think about how they view their social media. I mean, you look back, social media used to be for sharing photos with your friends and family, and that's it. I can even remember back when I first saw one of the first branded, I guess, or sponsored, and it was a tweet. It was a sponsored tweet that I saw, and I remember thinking, "Gosh, is that her own?" It was by a Hollywood celebrity. Posted this. It was just like a burger, and said, "Oh my gosh, I can't wait to bite this." And I went, "Wow." And I was coming from traditional marketing for my company, and I thought, "Wow, that's genius." I was like, if she placed that there on her own, I mean, for sure the brand is going to go after it. And little did I know later on, of course, the news leaked out that it was a sponsored post, and one of the first ones I've seen. So I think going back to your question, how has this time or pandemic changed us, and did we plan this? I think fitness has always been with me and Aubrey, and I think that plants has also been with her for over 10 plus years, but it's only just till recently, probably even right before or during the lockdown.
You mentioned earlier, Miss Abby, that anyone can now be an influencer, whether you are a mom, whether you are a student or a 4-year-old kid. Anyone can be an influencer. And that really shifted the game. It's a game changer. And normally, before we just rely on media, to broadcast information. But anyone now who has access to the internet and who has access to social media can develop those messages. But in your case, I know that you are also a mom, you are an influencer, you own your own company, you are into personality development trainings. As an influencer, what is it that you have to offer to your audience? Like, say, you may have a lot of qualities, you may have a lot of things in your plate, but as in influencer marketing, do you have to really position yourself, to make sure that it's going to be effective and that you are influencing a specific target market?
Now, funny that you mentioned, positioning and all, because I did not. Honestly speaking, Cesar, this came in really organically. I was just living my own life, minding my own business, trying to post once in a while, happy moments. I'll take a picture of my kid eating a donut, yung mga ganyan. Parang, it's so, I guess the reason why some sponsors are paying me to play some ads in my feed is that because it's very authentic. It's never a put on. It's really the reality but that is going on. Now, I never staged a picture, never nang ganon. So nagugulat talaga ako na parang talaga gusto nilang mag-post sa akin, parang ganon pa ako. Pero I guess that's another thing Kasi sobrang daming nakikita sa social media that they will know kapag ka merong hindi authentic. So, I guess bottom line is being true. The difference siguro yung accidental na sumisikat sa social media between influencers. Influencers, it takes time to really parang nabibreed. You live it. You live the life So, kaya siguro mas nagtatagal. So, yun.
Troy, Miss Abby mentioned something about authenticity. And I think that is one key factor where people are shifting to influencer marketing. Kasi yung mga tao ngayon, kung di ba, in the traditional way, you have to have good lighting, you have to have good makeup, but with authenticity now, we noticed even some of the shots are not good, or even the background is not good, but the content is so compelling, people like it, and the videos go viral. In terms of authenticity, Troy, we know that you are really into fitness, as you mentioned. So, but what is that kind of effort that you have to do to be authentic? I was asking Miss Abby earlier if you have a lot of qualities in you, like Miss Abby, is a beauty queen. She's a personality development trainer. She's a mom. But in your experience, Troy, what is it? Do you have to really choose a specific persona, and then you hype that or you magnify that, to be able to present yourself and give that kind of influence to your audience, Troy?
Good question. Good question. I believe that in our case, it does help to be genuine and everything. I think that's what gets everyone's attention, and it becomes sort of a niche market, So I'm not followed by everybody, but if someone likes to follow a family guy, a dad who likes fitness, who plays with his kids and shares things like that, then there's someone that will probably follow me. And this is something that I think we've always we're okay with sharing. I think when it comes to, let's say, a persona or something like that, maybe with how it is nowadays, and with I guess potential sponsors and things like that, Aubrey and I have always worked out, but now maybe we put a little bit better lighting when we work out, but it definitely doesn't change the workout. That has always been the same, and it just made us think, gosh, if this is how we work out anyway, with or without the camera. With the camera, okay, fine, put a comb through our hair a little bit. Luckily, no makeup while we work out, but put in some light, and that way we can share, and it's a little bit more, I guess, quality for other people to watch. But going back to what you also said about the going viral, I mean, most of the videos or clips or moments that happen that go viral are unplanned, little snippets of someone's life or things that happen that just happen. And it's a funny thing when people say, let's make a viral video. I mean, wouldn't it be easy if you could just make a viral video, right?
It just doesn't work that way,
Okay.
Exactly.
Yeah. Abby, you also mentioned earlier about this the capability of a lot of people doing influencer marketing. We know that, of course, anybody can do it, especially if you have access to the internet and social media. But as Troy said, you cannot sometimes plan it, because, like, say, for a viral video to go viral, there is a compelling reason to do it. But in your case, I know that you are also a discipline in personality and image development. What is the role of personality enhancement? What is the role of image building in being an influencer marketing? Kasi ako, halimbawa, maraming nanonood na negosyante ngayon, because we help small, micro and small and medium enterprises. So sila ba, kunyari, mamimili sila na I want to really tap an influencer, but that image of their brand has to also align with the image of the influencer. Being an expert in personality development, sa palagay mo, what's the role of image enhancement as far as influencer marketing is concerned, Abby?
Well, for me, every day I just leave my talk. I leave the talk. So basically, when I do meetings, you'll never see me na nakapambahay. So that's that's professional imaging eh, kasi, di ba? So now that you've mentioned na may mga nanonood na mga entrepreneurs, let's say, I think it's part why they hire me as well, because I am a good influence to their people. Parang ganon. So that comes in with a great responsibility, and it has to be the life that I need to live in. So sometimes people will hire me because we want to have people like you. Parang ganon. Parang they're trying to duplicate me, and I don't mind doing that, you know? So parang ganon. That's the very reason why we get hired. Tapos, parang doon ko sinasabi na ang laki ng responsibility ng influencers kasi. Kasi hindi naman sa, porque sumikat, pero sa maling sa maling bagay. And I think, you know, that's being irresponsible. So, as a mother, as a teacher din kasi ako, di ba? So, I feel that is my biggest responsibility. So, I take care of every post that I do. I take care of every guesting that I do. I take care of every programs that I do. Kasi feeling ko, whenever you are given a chance to express yourself, given a chance to talk, or given a chance of a microphone, that is your responsibility to give something good to the people who are watching or listening.
Hmm. Now, Troy, we know that you are an actor and now an entrepreneur. Does that help? Like, you are a celebrity couple, and in your case, is that an advantage where being part of the celebrity world, you are able to give that kind of influence to marketers, to companies, and how hard or how easy was your shift from the traditional show business to what you are doing now? Because even in show business, even the world of entertainment, the COVID-19 really, we feel the impact of COVID-19 in entertainment. Even us, we now all the contestants, all the celebrities to come here, who come here at the studio, they have to undergo the health and safety protocols, which is our new normal. But in your case, a lot of people, like in your case as influencers, all you have to do is, as we have said, have a good background, beautiful pictures behind you, and then a good lighting, and then there you are, we work, you influence. So how is your being a celebrity or being in show business help you in influencer marketing and also in your role now as an entrepreneur?
It takes me back to when I was acting and hosting, and I first started getting into production, because that's kind of how it started. So, we're talking 15 plus 17 years ago.
I had hair during that time.
Production. Yeah. So when I first started getting into production, it was something that was like, since I come from, being an actor, and then my interest went beyond that, and I thought, I would love to learn how to produce and direct and all the things that go along with production. And I did that. And it was nice to be able to see both sides. So I could be sitting behind the camera and know how the actors are feeling because I've been there, versus, let's say, somebody maybe in the production who doesn't. And I think the same thing goes nowadays with social media, because my company moved from production and advertising. We had to also embrace social media as it was, I guess, born. And so being an influencer and now also hiring influencers and working with influencers through our agency, it's given me that same insight of having worn both hats. So I can definitely share that with my team or people I work with. Sometimes someone will come up with something and say, we need to get this person because of this and that. And I kind of just want to remind everyone just some certain things that are, sometimes there's a lot more personality and I guess X factor that come in that you just don't see when you look at someone's photo or you look at their bio or anything like that. And I think it's helped me in working with influencers, because I am an influencer myself, or had been an influencer role. It's such a funny word, the influencer. And it's I'm still not always comfortable saying it from time to time, but because it's like what Abby said, it's also so much responsibility. But yeah, it's definitely helped me. And nowadays, it helps me also with Aubrey and I, that when we are working with brands, it makes me also think of them. Because I think, not only do we have to always be professional, but, you have to think of what they're looking at or what they, may require. Sometimes the list they send you or the scope of work looks very daunting and so detailed. But, we are the new marketing. I mean, if you look at traditional marketing, it's still there, but, just the percentage of it is so low now compared to, social media marketing now. So we have to embrace it, just like they have to embrace influencers.
Mhm. Yeah, thank you there, Troy. That's very insightful. Now, Miss Abby, Troy mentioned about that kind of experience, where he embraced both traditional and also this new media. In your case, Miss Abby, what is it? What kind of content, in your case as an influencer, or companies hire your services because of the image that you have projected? But there must be something that you have presented in terms of content, in terms of vision, in terms of tips, tricks, and advice. Ano ba yung mga nagwo-work na content na either you post them or the modules that you develop in terms of image enhancement? What is that kind of content that works as far as marketing today?
Sa akin, yung closest to my heart. So personally speaking, I'm a mom of a teenager and a mom of a 4-year-old boy. So dun pa lang may mga content because so many things happening inside the house. And then the closest to my heart is teaching professional image development. So whatever self-development, I go for that, from makeup to dressing up to behavior to dining etiquette, any self-development that's very close to my heart. Kaya siguro whenever I would develop a program or whenever I would develop a story, dun lang siya umiikot. So it doesn't matter if it's all about me cooking a special dish for my boys. Pangatlo na yung husband ko doon. I live with 3 boys, so imagine mo yung riot sa bahay namin, di ba? So, yung ganon. Kaya very realistic din talaga. Tapos, syempre, may secret weapon ako. Cesar, I'm not the most techiest person, okay? I have a secret weapon. I have my husband, si Ju, who does photography, and I have a son who is a filmmaker. So, dun pa may advantage na ako, di ba? So, medyo advantage talaga siya, di ba, Troy? So, buti na lang. So, kung hindi, on my own, naku, kung ano-ano lang siguro pinupost ko. Pero with their guidance, so, natutulungan nila ako doon. Tapos minsan, so, tanggap din na minsan yung sala namin nagiging anong tawag dyan, nagiging studio. So, accept na nagagawa namin siya. So, yun. Kaya happy yung mga sponsors, Troy.
That's a very good example. Now, how about you, Troy? Is that like see Miss Abby mentioned about her team, her the secret sauce, or the dream team, in her case. How about you, Troy? Is it now, more expensive now because or it's a lot cheaper because you don't have to, like, say, rent a lot of studios, or you rent big cameras, or you buy a lot of things, and we also see now the proliferation of a lot of materials intended for influencer marketing and production. Like before, when when I had hair, when you buy lighting equipment, talagang magkano yun? Pinakamura, mga 10,000, 15,000, But now, all you have to do is use your mobile phone, and you get how much? 500 peso ring light to make you look good. So how expensive, how easy is it to produce content in your case, Troy?
Actually, you hit the nail right on the head when you said 500 peso ring light. That is such a good point because, before, like you also said, the lighting was important. Yes, probably for production, traditional production and TV and things like that. But nowadays, you have a decent cell phone with a camera. You have a ring light or two, and that's it. And it still goes back to what your content is. So, once you have those little things, that's one thing. But if the content isn't worthy or good, or people are not interested in it, then it doesn't matter what kind of production you have. So you're like, we were going back to the secret sauce, family, kids, the things that people really want to tune into, and why they look at your page or interested in your Instagram or whatever. I think that is the most important. So once you have those things, and then your other things just kind of follow to give it a little bit more quality, which more nowadays, even the lowest price cell phone or the lowest price smartphone is capable of producing some very good quality posts and things like that. So I think it still goes back to the worthy content. So I tune into certain people because I really want to see this guy skateboarding because he's so good, not necessarily how it's shot or anything like that, or this comedian because he's so funny, and half of it is candid. So I think for me, especially since we're in this handheld age of devices, not a lot of people are watching it above like a 1080 or anything higher than that. So it's not going to your large screen TVs or things. So I think right now we're safe with keeping it very simple and cost efficient with a cell phone and a ring light, and that's it.
Mhm. Wow, perfect. Now, let's go to the discussion of influencer marketing helping business. Kasi, siyempre, kayong dalawa, you have your own businesses, and we know that, the pandemic really affected all of us. Nobody goes to the studio. A lot of fitness gurus or fitness enthusiasts go to the gym. How has the pandemic affected your businesses, and how were you able to cope up? And a lot of they used this word pivot in business, kahit na yung dati ay nagbebenta ng favorite ko ang kakanin lately, for the past because I tasted the kakanin of Unlad. Okay, so like say for example, before a vendor of kakanin dun lang siya sa kalsada, but when the pandemic came, he went to social media. He created he transformed using digital marketing, and now this vendor is selling that kakanin via social media, and he earns more. So that in effect is the way how he pivoted his business. So in your case, let's go to Miss Abby. Trainings are also face-to-face, di ba? Image enhancement, photography, they're all, you needed to have social distance actually that's one of the non-essential, di ba? Kaya pwedeng, mawala yun. Or like say, similar to the barber shop. Again, we talk about hair, but in your case, Miss Abby, so how did you pivot, and how did you shift from the traditional marketing during the and shifting to influencer marketing or any kind of new media or digital marketing method that you used during the pandemic?
Now, that is my story to tell you. Okay, ito na. when I was working in February hanggang March, lahat yan nakaplat na. So I think I was very good at what I do. So 1 year nakaplat na yung schedule. Lahat. I was so confident. I work almost every day. I do training. I do programs. Hundreds of people all the time. Parang ganyan, halos araw-araw yan. So I was so happy with my career until one day biglang hindi pwedeng may tao, hindi pwedeng no social gathering. That crushed me, because where's my business gonna go, diba? So I've never done webinars before, never. So laging face to face, and that puts value kasi may picture, may live interaction talaga. Tapos it took me a while. It took me like a month. I was just waiting to go back to the actual normal, and then I realized it's not gonna come back. So I had to test the market, how I will be received online, because ako yung taong ayoko nga ng FaceTime, gusto ko totoong tao, I want to touch you, I want to hug you, ganon. So I had this taste. April 18, I will never forget, I was given a chance to talk online webinar for 1 hour, and it was attended by 700 people, and I was so amazed. I never realized na people would want to listen to me online. So that pivoted everything. So all my programs, I have to make sure na magiging pang on screen na. So that gave me an opportunity and confidence to be able to establish webinars. Now I do it all the time in this tiny room. Now what's good about this pandemic is business is still going on even without leaving the house, but it takes a lot of adjustment. It takes a lot of discipline as well. So ngayon, I can say that my business is back to business na. So
it's open for business.
Open for business. So, but I got so worried because you mentioned it, one of the most, kumbaga, hindi essential will be training. We were the first one to cut out of the budget. So imagine that. Now people are adjusting and realizing that this is not going to be a short-term thing. So people are going back to training again. So parang bumabalik na lahat. So now I'm happy. I'm very busy with corporate training nowadays.
Wow, that was a very good story, Miss Abby. Let's hear Troy's story. Kasi in your case now, you said kid 1 is there, kid 2 is there, kid 3 is there, and maybe Aubrey somewhere. So how did you pivot, from acting to your influencer marketing and to setting up your business?
I would say for me, it's more on all of the stuff that is just for Aubrey and I and family now. Business-wise, I would say I'm more focused on my hosting. The acting is really on hold for now. I've done a few TV guestings here and there. Now that the things are not, I want to say, lightened up, but we're starting to get into this protocol of the swabbing and the safety precautions, which is very great because the show must go on. But from our standpoint and here at the house, which is definitely where we want to be, luckily companies are now letting us host live webinars from the house. I just hosted something the other day for a car brand. I launched a brand new car from my dining room, which is, never been done before. And so, we're all in this together. And like you said, even the vendor who now has turned to social media for his product, everyone is finding their way. And the good thing is although it may not be as great as we want it, as long as we have the Wi-Fi connection, I think everyone can hopefully can keep their business or step into like the new era, because it is the new normal now. But hosting from at home, we still have our social media that we do as far as, let's say, branded content and things. And, those are the things the challenges that we have daily. Scheduling is always kind of an issue. And Aubrey is... I will be her cameraman, her grip, her audio, everything. And then when it's my turn, vice versa, we switch. And this is all with, a baby running around. So, Kuya has to come downstairs and help and everything. And then we just make it work like everyone else.
Yeah, and I think that's what the COVID-19 pandemic, made us. It made the families closer together. So my question, I think we're running out of time. My question is, how will this, let's start with Miss Abby. How do you think this will continue? Do you think influencer marketing will, be the trend now, as you mentioned earlier? This is now, the new normal. This is it. We have to embrace it. Do not wait for it to come back. What used to be will no longer, be the reality. What to you, Miss Abby, will 2021 look like?
Well, definitely it's going to be a better normal for all of us, a safer year for all of us as well. So, as I look back, parang panaginip yung 2019, parang panaginip, di ba? But then again, there will always be a reason why we are here today. And the fact that I'm talking to both of you right now is already a blessing. So ang sa akin, count your blessings, forget about the bad things, okay? You can filter that out and be more positive. So 2021 will be a very good year. And yes, I guess mag-continue pa rin talaga yung influencer marketing because in my experience, people listen to people like them. Diba? Kaya sa yung hindi maabot. So ngayon, very realistic with approach kasi ng social media marketing. So, yun, I guess it will continue.
Mm-hmm. Before we go to Troy, I'll ask you now, what are your tips to small businesses? Do you think they can, we know you, Miss Abigail, as someone who has this very, positive outlook in life. And, we've seen a lot of small businesses close shops, diba? There's a lot who, had, so much problems in terms of, cash flows, and there were a lot of small businesses who were also depressed because of the pandemic. So what's your advice in terms of this, outlook for 2021?
Problems will never go away. They just shift their shapes, nag-iiba lang ng anyo. Pero lagi naman tayong may problema. The thing is how you face the problems and how we learn from it. Yung mga problema natin, as we face them, see to it that we learn from them. So I know that it's so heartbreaking to see small business crush, but don't give up because there will always be, if nagsara yung pinto, if the doors will actually close, there will always be an open window. So you just have to open your eyes and find it. I'm very, very sure. Don't lose hope. Don't lose faith. Still be kind. There should be kindness in your heart. And you know what? Babalik yan. So even gano'ng kaliit yung window, silipin. There will always be a good hope in that.
Wow, that's a very good insight. Sir Troy, how do you see 2021 with your crystal ball?
I definitely see that this is the new normal. I know that things will become, I guess, or we will adapt and to more safety protocols and things like that. But as far as social media goes, it is definitely here to stay. I think with a lot of the small businesses out there, I would just want to tell you, yes, don't give up. And it doesn't take a big amount of money to start influencer marketing. Whether you have a service or you're selling a product, whether it be food or something like that, what you need to do, my advice is to go out there and look for someone that you think fits your market. Someone that would probably be interested in something you have or a service you have. If it's a car cleaning service, maybe they're always posting photos of their cars in their feed. So you can think, they might want to avail my service in exchange for post. It could be something like that. So it doesn't have to be like you're going to spend all this money and hire them to have 5 posts and I'm going to pay you, blah, blah, blah. It's nothing like that. You can try to offer maybe goods or service you have in exchange for their post. And Aubrey and I have been more than welcome to also do this to small businesses, because I know it's hard right now. So when I get a DM or a message and it comes in saying, I noticed that you guys love having cookies with your coffee. I'd love to send you some cookies, and hopefully maybe you might give me a share, and I'd really appreciate it. And I appreciate that. And then when you get them and someone's hard work, they thought of you, they spent time, and that is out of their pocket to send you their box of cookies. And I think nowadays, we all need to help each other out a little bit. So definitely for small businesses, look to influencers, whether it be a celebrity or micro marketing. Look at other people around, because it's word of mouth. It doesn't have to be someone with thousands and thousands of followers. Just give them a little message and see what you get, see what the response you get. And you never know what's going to happen. It could totally turn your business around. Some people that have sent me things, I've looked at their followers, and I have to say that after we post something, you go back and they get, all of a sudden they have 100 plus 200 more followers. And so you're thinking, I think that was money well spent on their side. So it could definitely happen for you. So don't be afraid. Just go out there and try it, and see what happens.
Well, I'm having goosebumps, Troy, as I listen to you, because that's exactly what small businesses need now. They needed support, and the reason why I wanted also, for our audience to hear that is that sometimes if you don't have cash, there's other ways. There's creative ways to compensate. Like, as you mentioned, Troy, that could be a barter arrangement, and it's something that. Small businesses needed the support that they need. They needed the market. So it's really more, I always hear this term also now in marketing, on collaboration, on collab, as they shorten it. It's really more of the partnership. And with this kind of collaboration or partnership, that is now the key, especially if you want to bounce back. And that is a very, very practical tip, Troy, because we know that it's, with the small businesses now, they need that specific market, for their products, and they needed the help to put it through. But the thing there is also for SMEs and company owners, we also needed to compensate influencers like you, because that's also your business. And I think I was reading all this literature on influencer marketing, and the key to also have this good influencer marketing is, a win-win situation between the influencer marketing or the influencer that you are going to tap and the brand. So I think that's a good point. We're running out of time. Miss Abby, what's your message to SMEs, and with the services that you offer now, where will they find you? Please mention where our SMEs, our brands, to reach you. Go ahead.
It's called 88 Things Every Professional Should Know or Else. It's so easy to find me on Instagram or on Facebook. Please send me a personal message if you want to get this. And if you want to write, now is the perfect time to write, because we do have a lot of time in hand. So that's another way of getting more business and setting up your credibility as a speaker. So pwede din yun. And also, just live mindfully. And, if you want to be an influencer, it will come all because there's authenticity in us. Parang hindi mo kailangan magpaka-fake, hindi kailangan put on yung setup. People knows that, people feel that, so that's not gonna work. At saka if you have the chance to be good to one person today, please do that, because it really comes as our heart. Lalo na ngayon, kindness is really something that should be really out in the open. Love and kindness, please. Diba? Parang yun lang yung message ko. When there is love and kindness, bumabalik yan by 100-fold. Bumabalik talaga. So, kung bigyan niyo ako ng kakanin, popost ko yan.
Love it, love it. That's good, that's good.
Diba? So if si Troy gets to help people that way, we should all help each other. Now is the time to do that. So ngayon, usong-uso ang barter talaga. So we're going back to basic and I love it.
Yeah. Okay, Troy, your message?
I would just say, put in the time, and because all these platforms and kind of just doing the groundwork of reaching out to others, as far as the SME is concerned, reaching out to others and, across all platforms, make sure that your business, you see where your market lies. Is your audience, is it a Facebook thing? Is it a Instagram thing? For me, it should be all of them. It should be all the above, because one day when Facebook first came out, it was the coolest thing, and there's always the next one and the next one. So maybe don't put all your eggs in one basket. Spread yourself out a little bit, and try each one, and you'll see which one works best for you. Reach out to those influencers out there, and you never know what's going to happen. You could definitely hit gold, just like some of these influencers are hitting a viral video.
Wow, those words are perfect, and I haven't asked the questions I prepared to ask. I think we have to set a part 2 of this conversation, and thank you very much, Mr. Troy Montero, actor and entrepreneur, Miss Abigail Arenas de Leon, Managing Director and Chief Trainer of Personify Image Studio, Inc. Open for Business will be back. Stay with us.
Ngayong Sabado sa Tagisan ng Galing Part 2, Singing Edition.
Pag nakikita ko yung mga performers natin, mga contestants natin, ng mga ganyan, natutuwa talaga ako. Kasi we're talking here of galing. Even though mataas na yung mga notes na yon, mas tinataasan mo pa.
Kung gano'n sinliit ko, gano'n din kalaki ang boses mo.
Galing mo kumanta, especially yung ending. 5 bagong kalahok ang magtatagisan sa kantahan, but only one will remain para sumabak sa 3rd monthly finals.
Masasabing ang pinakasentro sa bawat kainan ay walang iba, kundi ang cake.
The cake is the symbol of the celebration. Without the cake, the celebration cannot mean anything.
Patok sa panlasa, bata man o matanda, pangmasa o may kaya. Kaya naman sa negosyong ito, malaki ang tsansa mo na kumita.
Ang ginagawa ko noon, doon ako sa school nagbe-bake para less gastos din siya. Then yun, doon nag-start talaga yung business.
Nag-start po kami mag-bake. ECQ naman po, wala po kami ginagawa. Nag-start po kami na magnegosyo.
Kaya usaping baking naman tayo. Paggawa ng cake and pastries ang ating tututukan. Ako po, si Robin Padilla, at ito ang Unlad, kaagapay sa hanap buhay. May kaagapay sa hanap buhay.
Open for Business is back, and our term of the week is from influencermarketinghub.com. Our term of the week is influencer. An influencer is someone who has the power to affect the purchasing decisions of others because of his or her authority, knowledge, position, or relationship with his or her audience. A following in a distinct niche with whom he or she actively engages. The size of the following depends on the size of his or her topic of the niche. It is important to note that these individuals are not merely marketing tools, but rather social relationship assets with which brands can collaborate to achieve their marketing objectives. And our word of the week is from Scott Adams. He said, You don't have to be a person of influence to be influential. In fact, the most influential people in my life are probably not even aware of the things they've taught me. Thank you for watching Open for Business. Join us again in the next episodes of Open for Business for more insights from CEOs, thought leaders, industry experts, and SMEs promoting business development in the Philippines. See you again every Saturday and Sunday here in Open for Business, where we discuss business information, deliver the latest business news to keep you informed and open for business, and be ahead of the curve from vision to action. You're on Facebook Live on Eagle News and at Net25 TV, and you can watch this again in the video section of the Eagle News and Net25 Facebook pages and on eaglenewslive.com. Subscribe to our YouTube channel at Net25 TV. Thank you again for watching for Open for Business. This is Cesar Vallejos. We live in interesting times. Have a great day.